Namaste friends, and welcome to Rhythm of Yoga. My name is Hannah and I will be guiding you through this practice today. So for today's practice, in our beginner series, we're going to get started with a couple of blocks. And if you don't have blocks at home, maybe books or just anything that gives you some extra height, just look around the house and see if there's something that you can use that's nice and sturdy and stable that you can use just to get you a little bit higher off the floor. If you need to come deeper into a stretch and you're not quite ready to go down all that far, some kind of height is just really helpful. And then we'll set those off to the side. And maybe a couple of pillows, some blankets if that helps. And then we'll need a strap today. And if you don't have a strap specifically, you don't need a specific yoga strap, you could use a belt, you could use a scarf, or anything that's just a rope, whatever you've got that just gives you that ability to hold on to, basically. So we're gonna go ahead and get started today then by coming into our child's pose. Awesome. So, for child's pose, we'll bring the big toes to touch behind you, and then we'll work the knees out toward the edges of the mat. So just finding a comfortable space for you. The further the knees are out, the more hip opener we're gonna get, and we'll be able to kind of melt down between the legs here. So this is the kind of child's pose that we're looking for today, is just a nice melting space to begin our practice. So we're gonna slowly walk the hands forward and begin to melt down between the thighs until the forehead comes down to the earth. Allowing your forehead to rest against the earth and reaching actively with the fingertips forward until you feel that nice little melt down through the heart space. And let's go ahead and take 5 breaths here, giving ourselves a nice connection to the earth. Let's give it a try. Awesome. After that first natural breath, let's slide the hands back and press up into our tabletop position. So the hands are going to be right underneath the shoulders, the wrists right here underneath the shoulders, and then take the knees in a little bit so that they're right underneath the sockets of the hips. So just right out underneath, spreading those fingers nice and wide, and middle fingers pointing directly forward, just giving us that nice rotation in the shoulders. Open the fingers and then gently relax just the thumbs just a little bit here so that they're protected. And then press into your palms. Beautiful. Tuck your toes under just to activate the backs of your feet here. And let's begin to bring in our Ujjayi breath from here. So we're breathing in and out through the nose with a slight constriction at the back of our throat. Bringing in that kind of Darth Vader breath sound, just imitating the waves in the ocean, that same sound. So just like that. Let's put that breath together with some movement. So we're just going to kind of gently slide forward, activating a stretch in the wrists, and then gently start to rock back. And you can rock those hips all the way back over the heels if that's okay, feeling that stretch through the bottoms of your feet and into your toes. So putting it together with the Ujjayi breath. In and out. Let's do 4 more. Inhale and exhale. All the while engaging the belly. Inhale and exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. All the way back. One last time. Find that full motion. Stretch into the wrists, the palms, the forearms. Exhale, stretch into the toes and the bottoms of your feet. Awesome. Let's hang out here For one more breath, just keeping your hips back over the tops of the heels. You can even press into your palms to find a little bit more of a stretch here, giving a little bit of self-love to those feet that carry you around all day, every day. Let's rise back up and into that tabletop position. From here, find strength in your abdominals. So the belly button starts to pull up toward the spine. Feel that low belly pull in. There's kind of a scooping, a rounding in the abdominals, pulling up toward the spine. As you press strong into your palms, you should feel a pretty intense feeling going on in the abdominals here as you lengthen through the crown and through the backs of your hips. Continue to press into the hands and knees and pull that belly in strong. So we're really finding that same effect of taking crunches or plank, that strong core, just in a nice modified position here. So let's take 2 more big breaths. And remember those Ujjayi breaths, those Darth Vader sounding breaths, in and out. One more time, you got it. And we'll release the abdominals and slowly allow the belly to start to drop toward the earth and feel that tilt in the pelvis as the hips start to rise up and the shoulders start to draw back and we gaze up toward the ceiling. We'll come into some cat-cow breaths, feeling that goodness. As you exhale, round out through the spine. So press into the palms, roll the shoulders forward, tuck the chin toward the chest. Inhale, open the heart up toward the ceiling and gaze to the sky. Let's take 2 more rounds. Exhale, round it out. Inhale, bring it back, open the heart. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Bring it back to that neutral spine. And from here, we're gonna take that same little belly pull as we engage the abdominals here. Press into the palms, and this time we're gonna add a lift of that right leg. So feel that nice tight abdominal core, the length out through the crown, pressing into the palms, and then let's extend the right leg directly behind you. Flex your right foot, and then point the toes straight down to the earth. And if you've kind of lost that belly control by moving that foot around, then just bring it back in. Find that nice strong belly and keep extending through the right leg. You've got it. Let's give it a hold here for 2 more big breaths. Last try. And as you exhale, release that right knee back down to the earth. Let's come back into those cat-cow breaths. Just giving that nice open space in the hips and in the heart. Inhale, open up, reach high through the gaze. And exhale, round out through the spine. Let's do 2 more. Inhale, just enjoying that nice open heart and all that space between the vertebrae. Last big breath here. Inhale and exhale. Coming back into that neutral spine, and again, find that nice strong abdominal core. Feel the belly button pulling in toward the spine. You can kind of give yourself a little pat here just to activate. Feel that nice little rounding, that scooping, the belly scooping up into the spine, and we're lengthening out at the same time. From here, let's press into the palms, the right knee, keep the right toes tucked if you can, and extend your left leg slowly behind you. Take your time, flexing the left foot, the toes pointed straight down. Again, press into the palms, lengthen out through the spine, continue to find that space, and then again, belly pulls in. So you might lose one and then find the other. Let's just continue to go through them each. Foot is flexed, belly strong, long spine, pressing into palms. Gaze should be straight down at the floor here. And we'll take 1 more big breath. As you exhale, go ahead and release. letting go that left knee back down to the earth. And we'll take 3 more rounds of our cat-cow breath. Inhale and open up the spine. Lengthen out through the heart space. And exhale, round out through the spine, finding that space between vertebrae. Inhale, open up the heart. Exhale, roll the shoulders forward, tuck the chin. Last one, Ujjayi breath, Darth Vader breath. Inhale. Exhale. Bring it back and into that neutral spine. And this time we're going to try Anahatasana, extended puppy dog. So Anahatasana, that just means heart pose. We keep the hips directly above the knees. And you might like a pillow here or one of your blocks. You can take a pillow and it'll be right underneath where the heart space is. And we're going to begin to walk the hands forward. So we're going to keep those hips directly above the knees. Check in with yourself here first, and then start to walk the hands forward. As you start to walk the hands forward, continue to check. Keep that nice long line. And then walk the hands forward, melting the heart over the top of your pillow. And if your pillow isn't thick enough, then maybe 2 pillows or maybe a block. As you reach the hands forward, melt the heart down over the top of whatever you've got here. And then feel that nice length through the belly, through the chest, reaching out through the fingertips. We have a nice stretch into our triceps, shoulders, belly, and hips. Strengthening compression in the low back. And let's reach it out. Take 2 more big breaths. You could drop the forehead down to the floor and breathe. Last one. Awesome. From here, let's allow the knees to slide out from underneath you and just drop the hips all the way down to the floor, straightening the legs out, and then removing that pillow out from underneath the chest. So just go ahead and slide it off to the side here. Take one palm over the other and relax down over those palms. You could take your forehead down if that feels good, giving you a nice straight spine. And then you can bend in your knees and gently begin to sway those heels from side to side in a windshield wiper motion. Feeling that nice gentle massage in the hips, the front side of our hips, in the belly, and the joints. Take 2 more breaths. Last one. And bring it back to center. Release the feet down to the earth. Let the tops of the feet come to the floor with toes pointed. And just kind of relax here. Let's slide the elbows in and underneath our shoulders as we come up onto the forearms here for Sphinx pose. Hands directly out in front of the elbows as we kind of press in and feel ourselves reach out of the hips and lengthen out through the spine. Beautiful. Take a nice deep breath here. Two more. Nice gentle pose, giving that nice length and open space in the heart. Last one. Beautiful job. So keeping our hands where they are, from here, you can start to either tuck the toes and lift the hips up, or keep the knees down on the floor. You could tuck the toes still if that feels good. Whatever feels good here. We're finding a forearm plank on the knees. So we're going to start to lift the hips up off of the earth. You can slide forward if you need to here. And then just find that nice, strong forearm plank. So really we're just lifting those hips up. The shoulders are directly above the elbows. And the hands working on being directly out in front of your elbows as well. Find that nice strong core. Breathe. And again here, if you'd like to drop the toes and lift the knees, maybe play around with that. Maybe you could lower the knees and lift the knees. Lower the knees and lift the knees. Whatever works best for you, whatever challenges you from the space that you are in, gives you that ability to create change, then play around with that. Maybe even just one time trying to lift those knees up. Let's take one more big breath. Awesome. And as you exhale, release everything down to the earth. Again, you can take your forehead over the palms and gently rock the knees or heels from side to side. One last breath. Awesome. Release the feet down to the floor. Take the hands down and underneath the shoulders. Feel the elbows and shoulders squeeze together behind you as you press up and rise all the way back up and into that tabletop position. So taking the knees back underneath the hips and hands underneath the shoulders. Beautiful. From here, let's cross the legs and then slowly begin to walk the hands back until the bottom drops. And then we can rock back on the bottom and take the feet out in front of you. So finding your center, taking the feet straight out in front of you, nice long legs here. It helps to kind of remove some flesh away from the bottom here just to give you that nice rooted feeling. It feels funny, it sounds silly, but it really helps a lot. And sometimes yoga is not so serious. It can be silly, we can laugh at ourselves sometimes and have that sweet light heart. Be joyful. So from here, we'll go ahead and grab our strap or our whatever you've got. You've got a belt, you've got a scarf, whatever you have. Just something nice and long to hold on to. So from here, we're gonna take that strap underneath the feet and then lengthen out through our spine, holding onto the strap here. The strap should kind of allow this guidance of the toes toward the body and the heels slide away. So there's a big length in the backs of our legs. And then we're strong and straight through the spine as well. So oftentimes you might see people rounding forward, and sometimes that is helpful, but we're really working on finding that nice long straight spine in this practice today, giving us that nice activation at the backs of our hamstrings and in the low back. So you can walk your hands in as close as feels comfortable for you without rounding through the spine. So we're able to keep that nice slide of the shoulders back. So you can imagine just rolling the shoulders up and back, and then they stay there. So keep that nice open heart space. And the heart light, if you imagine that there is a flashlight in the center of your heart, is pointing straight at your toes. And your gaze is also straight to the toes. And then we want a nice soft neck in the front and in the back. So trying to keep that nice long spine all the way up, relaxing the shoulders, and then gently continuing to walk in closer as the body allows. So think about that low belly, pulling that low belly in. So just squeeze right there and hold. And when we squeeze that low belly, it just gives us the ability to find some extra space in the body. So maybe we're coming a little further. We're using that Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the nose. Every inhale, lengthen us out. Every exhale takes us a little bit deeper. 2 more breaths. Exhale a little deeper. And the last one. And as you inhale, slowly rise back up and into that center. Go ahead and release your strap or whatever you've got off to the side here. And let's go ahead and bend the knees. Taking the hands behind you, and this time we're going to take that windshield wiper in the opposite direction. So we're up on the bottom this time. We're just going to sway those knees from side to side to massage out the glutes, letting go of some of that stagnation. Just massaging it out of the body. Take one more big breath. And come back to your center. Awesome. Let's go ahead and cross the legs, plant the hands in front of you, and rock back up and into that tabletop position. Awesome. So from here, we're going to come into a lunge. So let's go ahead and use our blocks. taking your blocks at whatever height feels good to you for this lunge. And then we're going to, from our tabletop position, take it nice and slow here. So we're rooting into that left knee to start and down into the palms. And then we're gonna just slowly begin to slide that right knee forward. So you could use activation in the abdominals here to start to slide your right knee forward, and then right foot comes between the hands. Again, if you want to stay up higher, you have many different options with what you have to find those different heights. And then from here, start to walk them slightly forward as you slide the hips forward. So just finding that nice deep stretch into the hips, finding your height. If this is high for you, then you can start to lower down even more. You can take your hands all the way down to the floor if your body's ready for that. Just listening to where you are and honoring that space. Let's take 2 more big breaths. Beautiful. From here, slowly walk your hands back, and we'll sweep that right knee back and into tabletop position. Let's go ahead and switch sides. So again, let's press and feel the belly, strong activation as we sweep that left knee forward and take the left foot between the hands. You can start to walk forward and stretch a little deeper into those hips. So the further we walk forward, then we're gonna start to slide those hips down and forward. So feel that movement of lengthening out through that right hip flexor. On the right side, the front of the leg all the way up toward the belly. You got it. And just giving yourself that nice little moment to melt in. 2 more breaths. And the last one. Give it a smile, and then slowly walk the hands back. Slide that left foot back behind you. Let's go ahead and cross the legs, and then walk your hands all the way back. Take your legs out in front of you. It's always nice to have those blocks to kind of walk around with. Slide the hips forward. You can get rid of them if you're ready to get rid of them. No, that's okay. And then from here, slowly lower all the way down and onto your back. Awesome. From here, let's slide the feet in nice and close toward the bottom. And then pressing into those heels, gently begin to peel the back up off of the floor. So feeling the hips start to lift. We're really pressing down into the earth. And the hips start to reach up toward the sky. So we're kind of feeling this activation in the backside body, stretching and lengthening out through the front side. And if this is enough for you, you can stay right here using the strength. And if you'd like more, then we're taking the hands and sliding them together underneath the body. You can even come further by rocking the shoulders together and underneath the body as you lift the hips up high. Take 1 more big breath as you lengthen out through the spine. Smile. And exhale, release the hips all the way down to the floor. Let's rock those hips from side to side. Let go of that tension. And then come back to center. Awesome. From here, let's extend the left leg up toward the sky. Flexing your left foot, press your left heel straight up. Hold here. Feel the low belly pull in toward the spine, continuing to work a little bit on our abdominal strength. Our abdominal strength is such a wonderful part of our practice. It helps us so much with that grace, that power center, the ability to move fluidly. Take 1 more big breath. As you exhale, very slowly begin to lower the left leg. Try and keep it extended if you can. And then just 1 little inch at a time, lower it all the way down to the floor. Try and keep the low back glued down to the earth. If it starts to lift up, then just take it back up. Awesome. From here, slide the left heel in. Extend the right heel straight up toward the sky as you flex the right leg. Pull the low belly in. Feel that nice scooping of the abdominals that we've been doing throughout our practice, and the heel reaching up toward the sky. Activating through the back of your leg and the abdominals so that leg stays straight up, mostly because of the core here, because we're holding it with the core. So let's take one more big breath. And as you exhale, we're going to slowly begin to lower that right heel, one little tiny bit at a time, nice and slow and controlled. Take 2 more breaths here. Last one takes it all the way down on the exhale. Beautiful. Slide the right heel in, and again gently sway those knees from side to side. You can always bring that sway in just to release any tension and let go. It's a nice massage. You could do it any time of day. I love it. Last big breath. And let's bring it back to center. From here, we'll start to unwind as we extend the left leg long and draw the right knee in toward the chest. Hold that knee in nice and close. You can even, again, press here and give yourself that guidance to come deeper as you feel the left hip energetically drawing toward the earth. Take one more big breath. And as you exhale, we're going to take that right knee and sweep it over to the left side of our body. So just feel it cross the body, cross the front of your body, reach over to the left. Try and keep your right shoulder from coming up off of the floor. It wants to lift, and we'll worry about the shoulder first and then the twist. So that right knee might be suspended in air, it might be holding up. And just using that gravity to feel that nice deep stretch through the outside of the right leg as you reach your right arm out to a T and gaze over toward your fingertips. So just coming a little deeper into that twist. And if this feels uncomfortable for you, always option to use your pillow and take it underneath that leg. This is how I sleep pretty much. And then right hand over, gazing at those fingertips. Feel that good twist. Knowing those twists are a wonderful way of releasing toxins. It's this kind of massage in the internal organs of the belly as we kind of twist the belly. It's like a kneading massage on all those internal organs, and it just helps to release some of that toxicity, just like a massage does in the fascia and throughout the rest of our body and all the muscles and even in our skin. So we'll take 2 more breaths. And the last one. And as you inhale, come back to your center. Extend the right leg straight up toward the sky. Flex the right foot. Keep the left leg glued down, and then slowly lower your right leg all the way down to the earth. Maybe noticing an energetic difference throughout both of those legs. Maybe that right leg feels a little longer than the left. So let's bring it to balance and switch sides. Bring that left knee in. And again, if you'd like, taking hands and drawing that knee in toward the left shoulder. Try and keep that right hip energetically drawing to the earth underneath it. And then give yourself a couple breaths to feel that nice diagonal opening in the hips. Just down through the front of the hips and the hip flexors. You got it. Last one. And from here again, we're going to take that left knee and cross the body, this time coming over toward the right. So let's keep that left shoulder glued down to the floor first, and then start to let that knee drift off. So again, this knee might stay lifted up off of the floor. More than likely it is. And then if you'd like that extra support, pillow underneath the knee. All kinds of props over here. Just start to get comfy as you reach your left arm out to a T and gaze over toward those left fingertips. So noticing that twist all throughout the length of your spine. Let's maybe look over to the left. Beautiful. Allow each breath to give you a little bit more depth in that twist, a little bit further. Being gentle and just letting it happen, not forcing it to happen, but allowing it to happen. And just relax, breathe, and enjoy this space. Let's take one last breath here. Awesome. Let's go ahead and release that left leg back to center. Extend the left heel straight back up toward the sky as you flex the left foot. Feel that nice extension through the right leg. Nice strong support underneath the body as we slowly begin to lower the left leg all the way back down toward the earth. Again, we're using the strength of the abdominals to keep control here. And then exhale, release it all the way down to the floor. Awesome. So we'll come into our final Shavasana here. And if you have a pillow that's nice and long like mine, then I will show you a nice little heart-opening Shavasana space. If you do not have a long pillow like mine, then just allow yourself to relax and lay against the earth. But if you do, then we'll take that long pillow and lay it lengthwise against our mat. And then we're just kind of setting up against that pillow. So it's just right against our hips here. Then we're just gonna lay back and over the top of that pillow, allowing the elbows and the crown of our head to fall toward the floor. So the elbows, the shoulder blades are right off the edges of that bolster or pillow, as the heart kind of just has this ability to round over and open. So it's a gentle heart opener. And a nice relaxing throat opener, depending on the length of your pillow. And then we'll just close the eyes softly and relax. Allow a nice soft breath to be flowing through the body. Allowing that gentle feeling to come back into play. Noticing the body in this space here. After stretching and strengthening, how do you feel? Relax in this moment of Shavasana, allowing each and every thought to just drift by like clouds in the sky, coming to a space of clarity and simple breath, just breath and stillness. Beautiful. If you would like to remain in Shavasana, and if you have time to remain in Shavasana, I absolutely always recommend a nice long Shavasana. But if you are pressed for time and you're ready to start moving for your day, then let's begin to awaken into our day as we wiggle the fingers and the toes. And as you inhale, reach the arms up and overhead and lengthen out through the spine. And as you breathe in, fill that body, fill that mind and soul up with energy, pulling that energy in from all around you, rolling out the ankles and continuing to lengthen out through the arms. Last big breath. And as you exhale, let's roll into a little ball on one side of the body, coming into fetal position. And allowing this moment to be your time to set an intention for your day. An intention to stay strong, to stay joyful, and to allow that strength and joy to shine all around you, from you, and for others. And once you're ready, with your eyes remaining closed to seal our practice, let's press up and rise into our comfortable seated position, bringing your hands to heart center and a smile onto your lips, always allowing joy to be a part of our life and a big space in our heart. I'd like to thank you all so very much for being here and sharing this practice with me today. As always, it is a joy and a wonderful blessing, and I truly hope that you continue on with your journey of yoga. As always, have a beautiful day. Namaste.